Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on CodeFlix. So this is one of the most important videos of this series, and we will be discussing in this video about the this keyword. So this keyword is a very widely used keyword among all the JavaScript developers because we use it every day in our lives. It is a bit complicated to understand, but we will try to break it down and understand it easily in a simple way. But this keyword is one of the most widely used and one of the most complex and important concepts of JavaScript basics. So today in this video we will see about this keyword. So basically what I did was go to the Chrome and search for this keyword in JavaScript. I got a few links in the top. I went to the developer.mozilla.org link. So this is the official documentation, and we will go through this documentation to easily understand about the this keyword. So according to this documentation, this keyword shows us about the current scope or current object. So uh, we have our current object, which is my API response. So if we want to access the members of this object, we have to use this keyword, because let's be honest, if we want to access the status here, what do you think will happen? We have our command line, and I'll write node methods.js, hit enter. It shows that status is not defined. So this error occurs because this keyword does not know that which status to pull out. This object, there is this method, and in that we have written status, but the keyword does not know, or the method does not know which status to pull out, and so it gives us an undefined error. So for now I'll remove this error. Let's put this. I'll save this and I'll run it again, and now it shows us this data 200, which is the current status. Now if we want to change or retrieve any other thing, we need to use this. So this gives us the current object scope or the current data. Now this keyword is in non-strict mode. Let's go to inspect. I'll explain there. I'll go to console and I'll write just console.log, and I'll write this. So what should happen? I'll press enter, and it gives us the window object. So when the program gets executed, and if this is not defined for a browser, it will be a window object. And let's go back to our code, and I'll bring the command line also here. And if I console.log this keyword here, it will give me undefined, because it gives me empty object, because there is nothing defined in this at the current moment, and there is no current object in this. So for now it will be an empty. If we use a stricter version, use strict, and then we again define about this keyword, it still shows empty because it will be nothing. If this equals to window, it will give us an undefined error because window is not defined, because window just gets defined in a browser. So window won't be defined here, so we can only define this. Now let's say we just console the this keyword only. Now let's do that, and it gives us an object, just a plain object of this keyword. So we have to give a comma here instead of a plus. So we do a plus, comma instead of plus, and it gives us the whole object in the form of a data. So this is the object scope in the whole this in the current object. So in simple words, this defines or shows us the current scope of object. Let's move back to the documentation. Here's an example of a const test object, and there's a property of prop and a func which we made function, and it returns this dot prop. Now if we return just prop and not this dot prop, it will give us an error of undefined prop, as we saw. So this dot prop and as we can see, the expected output will be 42, which is the value of the prop. Same way, according to the documentation, a property of an execution context, global, function or eval in a non-strict mode is known as this. So it gives us the execution context of current, global or a function, particular function. So in global context, as we saw, it is in web browsers, it is a window object which is written on consoling the this keyword. And in function context, it returns just a empty object, and in many cases if we use strict, it may return us undefined. Now in class context also, there is the same thing which applies in the class context also. So this is a few insight on the this keyword. You can check the documentation for more details, and that's all about this. In a simple way, we will see more about this as we go on in this series, but for now that's all about this keyword. So I hope it helps, and thanks for watching.